you don't think the math works out, or you don't care whether the math works out because if they can't get a job, they deserve to die. I disagree.
Going to say. So it's like coming up. It's like coming up to a mathematician and saying like, yeah, but
Mum's mouse, as in computer mouse, and then I just wandered on a whim, restarted the computer.
Time of saying, no, but I have done the research and I have done the maths and da 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 da. Look, you can do this. You can get me out of it. So I did the maths and I worked out that if I was to save as I had originally planned, just
tests and how shit works. And then it comes to maths and it's all just on paper, show you're working, and it's...
Capitalism is in effect designed by committee enforced en masse as a way of running the world, right?
map updated. Where do I have to go? I literally have to go right here.
Yeah, actually, I think I can end this off here, just kind of... Yeah. Maths can be better. We can teach maths better. There are, you know, like, I don't know exactly how the maths is done, you know, like, you know, okay, so it's usually, or it's a relatively simple case. That's something where you can do the maths. You know, you can literally look at the figures.
Appearances with, you know, 5 and 7 with playing a retired maths teacher. Playing it honestly. So
is a reality that can be, and, you know, is expressible in terms of pure mathematics. Yes, there are labels as to what those, you know, there are mathematicians who talk about a beauty in maths. You know, there is this idea of synesthesia, of seeing colour down that path, because essentially at school we had a shit maths teacher who was just following textbooks that were just like, here's how to paint the fence. Discuss high-level mathematics than FACO, because at least high-level mathematics I can sort of apologies. So there is music, blah 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 blah. Modest maths, yes. There is,
because I literally just did the maths today. I looked up houses and I said, okay, if I want a 3-bedroom house.
I'm in the multiverse. My name is Alexander Gordon Jahans, and I want to talk about maths. I'm gonna start a timer.
Different questionnaires testing your math skills, testing how you're doing this situation, how you're doing that situation. And the appearances with, you know, 5 and 7 with playing a retired maths teacher. Playing it honestly. So
you could almost get the sense that maybe they have done the maths, and maybe they have worked out that, hey, you know,
absolute shit at school.
Especially the maths teachers, especially the goddamn maths teachers.
Okay, so I'm gonna use a little analogy. Okay, we all know basic maths and stuff. You know, we all know that if you divide
Is entirely about the nerdiness and the maths and their optimization and the how does it work. And so, when you feel like the optimization, the snail, one of the most significant symbolic creatures in Mayan mathematics, the science of symbol source book is an A to Z treasure trove of facts, stories, and hidden meanings of symbols.
Art class, you were just taught how to paint the fence. It's that kind of thing, right? You know, maths is interesting, but we aren't learning about
what people stay for, because yes, you can do awesome tutorials, yes, you can play the latest and best maths, but there's lots of people who do that. If you want vocational education, we introduced the intermediate tier at GCSE Mathematics to Instill Foundation and Intermediate Skills. I was sleeping in my maths class because I was getting fucking bullied all the time during maths class, so fuck it, sit at the front, don't do shit all, and just catch up on sleep.
Shit. Right, I know that for some of you people, you don't think the math works out, or you don't care whether the math works out, because if they can't get... integrate this in a way that doesn't fuck up all our maths. But fundamentally, right, if you're gonna write a time travel story, don't have fucking or whatever. We don't have that same attitude when it comes to maths. We have it when it comes to physics, when it comes to chemistry and biology, with these other forms of science, and of course, you know, literature and maths is all literature and sort of, you know, media
and maybe PE. You know, science, English, maths, PE, just kind of the bare minimum. Just do the bare minimum that we know you can do.
is I'm gonna make sure that I do the maths so I can afford it, and then I'm, you know, and then I'm gonna.
In my maths class, I was sleeping in my maths class because I was getting fucking bullied all the time during maths class, so fuck it.
Okay, I suck at maths, or at least I suck at learning maths in the way that it is taught in schools.
Whereas if Minecraft was just like, okay, you can now pay for adventure maths, you can pay for these mods.
None of that for maths. Maths is not taught that way. Maths is just write the things out, and do calculations. But there is.
My mum is the kind of person who can, you know, see a maths teacher and say, "Ah, yes, and this is my son's entire life story." Things would be different, right? The sort of the mathematics of the situation would change, and it would be bleak, and maybe then, you know, got the impression that she's got timetables and mind maps, and she knows down to the second of we're going to do this and we're going to do that and we're going to do this and do this, and yet Doctor Who, because it turns out that Stephen Moffat has done his maths and he's like 9, 10, 11. Oh, actually, we've got the War Doctor, so that makes of car manufacturers who have done the maths and worked out that it is more economical for them to release a car that write the things out, and do calculations. But there is cool shit about maths. I mean, I'm watching Numberphile at the moment, depending on which one you watch, right? There is none of that for maths. Maths is not taught that way. Maths is just,
like, sort of from a mathematics standpoint, that's okay if that's rare. But if it's not so rare, then that
very advanced calculator. It's all just maths. And that's partly because that's all reality is. All reality, especially the maths teachers, especially the goddamn maths teachers. I've had to educate myself. I've had to figure shit out by myself. Amazing, you know, creations in terms of, you know, managing mathematics. We do this without realizing it, you know. Human brain is capable of performing the most extreme acts of mathematics in an instant, in a microsecond. It can detect the time. This is stories. This is maths as the framework to tell stories, right? You don't learn about writing by studying alive. The shark is a spirit of vengeance. It is a hungry mouth. It wants to get you. You know, do not go anywhere. Very advanced, very complicated maths, or at least can be expressed that way. You know, and sort of finding a university student and saying and remaking her into a toy for mass production. You know, again, the toy damn nuts. And this is what Royal Smart Person number A say. Number A, yes. I do words good. I do word and math good. Down to the fundamentals of it all. Just an expression of pure mathematics. Okay. And where this gets interesting for me and my sort of...
that is something that, by the normal order of mathematics and logic and reason, makes no sense.
If you want to do any kind of maths, you have to make sure that they like it, because otherwise you will always be wrong. That isn't hypocrisy, that's fucking mathematics! Computers
are just numbers. They are just numbers. They are just math machines. All a computer is a relatively simple case. That's something where you can do the maths. You know, you can literally look at the figures. Utilitarian morality is kind of a morality that you can test with basic fucking maths. Is killing this one person going to save?
You know, they're a bit crap at talking to girls, but you know, they're really quite good at maths. You know, people who, they're
I'm starting to get interested in maths. I'm starting to get it, like, because this is the really complicated.
Something that is entirely hollow. Okay. It literally exists as maths. And it has the appearance of...
I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist. I fucking failed GCSE maths, okay? All I am is a writer. A writer who writes
better. We can teach maths better.
Thank you to writing fiction that I wrote whilst I was at maths. And I've basically continued the story with essentially...
And the school was so fucking boring. You know, in maths and French, I would literally just sleep.
This is where, you know, I didn't actually turn her into a toy for mass market, so fuck it, I'll send one of them up there. Expressible in terms of pure mathematics. Yes, there are labels as to what those mathematics is, but those labels are invented by our culture.
The thing is that we don't teach maths correctly. We don't teach maths in terms of stories. And we should. Because
You gotta do it, because, you know, you can go to the gym and hit it all. And my terribly slow maths.
what does this have to do with maths? Well, writing is what I am good at. Writing and stories is, like, that's taught well.
Wrong. I would genuinely rather discuss high-level mathematics than FACO, because at least high-level... And what is privilege if not a way to clarify the mathematics of utilitarian morality? It is not...
Okay? I'm shit at maths. Okay? I just am. I'm not good at maths. I'm not going to be a coder. Okay?
Physics or something. Because I do have this interest for it. But it's like, well, I'm crap at maths, so I guess I'm gonna do writing.